Either way. What's the difference between a groundhog and a hedgehog? Look.
About $3 a pound.
Ew, that's gross. Okay. How much woodchuck?
How did a woodchuck get the bottom of this?
And that is a hedgehog.
It didn't look like that.
So I guess I should send you the link to,
You use your glasses.
Look at a groundhog.
He's big, fat, and brown.
Well,
Yeah. Well, there's a picture of the mother. That's only the baby you give. He's put.
Well, the mother ran away.
Oh, see, that's a hedgehog, and then that's a groundhog. That is no way the same
Apparently
as
so.
a baby.
I don't think so.
hey, on COA Radio, I'm gonna post the live feed to the YouTube if you want.
Oh, good.
Oh, I'm gonna do my hair. Oh, gosh.
I'm out of the range.
No, he makes sure we're in range. He looks
Sometimes
like
you
a,
have to do
like,
things.
wide
No,
angle.
I was staying right here.
See what happens.
You're in
I mean,
range.
it's-
Next week.
Like last week.
That's
Try it.
that's what it looked
Facebook
long
Live.
ago. Last time I wore no sleeves, and I'm like, oh, no sleeves. I was like, wearing long
No,
sleeves
no,
now.
I'm off. I'm driving them.
Oh,
Tired of doing shit. Getting 3 listeners,
Keep it
10
by you.
listeners, 5 listeners.
But playing, I mean,
oh, here's images.
Get more on the re-airs. Where's my music?
yeah,
Oh, okay, that's a CD. I'm wondering why, where's the music coming from?
That.
I haven't muted them yet.
They're not playing.
It's fine. So,
Oh, he was playing. Oh, okay. I was wondering what the heck that's all about.
Oh, could have been a porcupine.
You know, that's what somebody commented on that picture.
That was like a porcupine.
But the mother was a groundhog.
listen,
And your father's.
And your father smelled the elderberries.
Well, if the mother's a groundhog, then it's gotta be a groundhog.
You would think.
I don't think.
No, but see, look, that nose is a
The rare
groundhog.
species.
Right,
yeah.
that's what the mother looked like.
But the baby doesn't look like that.
Maybe the baby,
Baby looked like a, maybe she adopted a hedgehog.
maybe she found a stray in the woods behind the ranch.
That is no. Oh, look, that's a groundhog.
Mhm.
And she looked like that and not like. Groundhogs.
I've never seen a porcupine or a hedgehog on the property. I've seen plenty of groundhogs.
Right, now the next question is, are there hedgehogs in New Jersey? That's the next
I don't
question.
know that.
I don't know, figure that out. Hedgehogs. What's the word? What's their habitat? Hedgehog habitat? Hmm. Africa. That's not gonna help. African hedgehog. Hedgehogs are in Africa.
Obviously, they're important down too.
Well, not if you think it's a groundhog. That is not a
Sam, I can't
hedgehog.
see you back there.
Back here.
He can be a
Oh.
hedgehog.
Yeah.
It's definitely a-
Where's your microphone? That's it.
We're sharing.
We're gonna be sharing it.
Yeah, they can.
You have to get close to it though, so I can hear you both.
Yeah.
Where do
That's-
hedgehogs live?
that's-
When the time comes.
Actually, I'll turn up the gain on it, man. So it'll be,
Yeah. So you'll sound like.
you wouldn't have to
you're
lean
on
too
the
hard.
Be like,
Oh, they are found in New Jersey.
We got.
What, hedgehog?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We're at
I don't know.
Kinnatini Hall and Oak State Forest.
Mhm.
All right, let's move this over here.
New Jersey.
We'll do this here.
Habitat, New Jersey.
Put my headphones on. All right. All right, let's have some fun, men, ladies.
Countrymen.
Okay.
There you go. I don't know what's more amazing, that I actually know somebody named Svetlana or I got her to do that promo. One or the other. Hello, everybody. It's Sunday night at 7 p.m. It is City of Angels Radio, COARadio.com, and it is Rock On Radio. I am your host, Danny Coleman, and we are joined in the studio tonight, welcoming back Engineer Arch.
Hey! You have no idea how good it feels we've had.
And now I can talk to you.
You
You told me
can.
not to talk to you like 10 minutes ago.
And it would sound like I'm in a can 5 miles away.
Don't talk to me. You took your microphone off, said don't talk to me. Excuse me.
I figured it out in those 7 minutes we had left.
Oh, there you go. Our international touring advisor and musical director, Mr. Rich Shalenda. Rich Shalenda, Flying Dreams.
Thank you, sir.
There you go.
Very nice.
When's your next gig?
I'm in the studio now for the next month. So I'm gonna do that and then one show in the cutting room again in a couple of months.
It's like a job, eh?
Yeah,
I gotta go.
I gotta wake up. It's 10 a.m.
And then Arts Rock Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, on September 15th and then October 5th at Prague Stock,
Rockstock.
Progressive Rock Festival.
Where's that?
It's in Rahway. It's
In
in the theater.
the prison.
And for Rockfest, and for Rockfest, I heard Verizon is gonna come on and be a sponsor, and they're gonna set up a hotspot at the park.
So we can
Where
broadcast
this-
live.
We can broadcast live.
Oh.
Nice.
Fantastic. Excellent. See,
Thank you for asking, Mr. Coleman.
I ask every week.
Oh, thank you. Thank you every week.
You act surprised. And on the show that doesn't discuss religion, we have a religious advisor and our chocolate lady, Claire Gelman. Thank you for this plethora of.
Yeah, I brought all the chocolate for the summer because there was no way I was leaving it in my car to melt.
So she's gonna leave it up here to melt.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
It won't have time to melt.
You know what I need, Art? Before we go any further, I need the thing that I can plug into this, because I have something I have to play off of my phone very shortly. I almost forgot, actually. Thank you very much. And my co-host, little short there, fella?
Yeah.
My co-host is here, Marianne Costello. Celebrating 33 years of Neo Zoe. Yeah. We had our Heath and Wellness show
A little misspelling there.
on the Wealth and Wellness show. Yes, it just keeps getting.
That's okay, it keeps getting better and
That
better.
was a fun show.
It was a fun show, and I thank everybody who called in, wrote in, it was fascinating, so.
It's always pleasant to talk to Doc Sawney.
Yes,
And,
always.
Apparently, Art.
He's still living in his garage.
Apparently, yeah, you're in his garage eating his chips, and
We were
apparently.
talking about you. We were talking about you and Danny and,
I know, I was listening.
And apparently Dave Mason will be attending the program.
yeah.
And Dave Mason's coming to Rockfest.
That's right. Yeah, he's got but it was a great show. Our guests tonight, I'm going to have to ask them to be very patient. I'm going to keep you in suspense on who they are, because I have to do something that I forgot about. I forgot to tell you guys in the pre-show, whatever that is, disclaimer. Oh, that's it, disclaimer. Our good friend of this program, Rick Winnow, actually, he's scheduled to call here, probably in the next 30 seconds. Rick did something very unique for his daughter for her 15th birthday, and I'll let him tell you about it when he calls. But Rick, he sent me the finished product, and I was just like, wow. I was wowed. I really was. I was wowed. So we're gonna, once Rick calls and we get through that, we're gonna talk. We're gonna air that finished product, and then we're gonna get to our guests tonight. Our special guests, who have helped me out tremendously. Springwood! We have Mike, we have John, and we have Mike, or as you'll probably hear me call him multiple times, Slim.
Oh.
Woo-hoo! There you go. And we have a studio audience tonight of Vanessa! Vanessa flew all the way in from London just to be on the program this evening. It's highly, see the way things are?
Yes.
See? Ah, there's a ringing in my ears.
Rock on Radio.
Hey,
It's Rick.
hey, it's Rick Winnow!
Hey! We were just talking about you.
That's right, we're just talking about
You
you.
were
buddy.
talking about me, my goodness.
Yeah, hold that thought for 1 second, because I have to say real quick. Rock on Radio is sponsored this evening by Neo Zoe of Cranford, New Jersey, by Jody Weber, CPA, and by Miss Eileen Sullivan, as well as the senior.
No hot sauce?
No hot sauce?
And Zen Archer Hot Sauce. We are the only radio program sponsored by a Grammy Award-winning hot sauce maker, Mr. D.L. Byron of Zen Archer Hot
I'm
Sauce.
still waiting for my bottle since I remind you every week.
I haven't gotten my second bottle yet. But on the phone right now, we have Rick Winnow. Hello, Mr. Rick.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Good.
Don't all answer him at once. Go ahead, Rick.
I'm relaxing with my feet up, so I'm good right now.
Perfect. Now, tell everybody what you did for your daughter for her 15th birthday.
Hey, well, my daughter Julie, for her 15th birthday, you know, you run out of ideas and things for your kids to do, and she's quite the singer, as they all are. Marky, Annie, and Charlotte, you know, her siblings, and I decided to give her a recording session in a studio in Caldwell, owned by a friend of mine, Jared Zalia, and I asked her to pick a few songs she wanted to do. And one of the songs she picked was Supermarket Flowers by Ed Sheeran. Of course, of all the songs she can pick, she has to pick something that's about somebody's mom passing away, which is like, yeah, what a cheery one. But we all pick that stuff. So we brought her into the studio, and we started out with a piano track and her singing. And during the course of the recording, everybody in the studio started crying because she started to channel her feelings about her grandmother's passing. And I got to give her credit because even through this recording, we had to stop a few times because she started to cry, and she pushed through, and she did a great job. And we even have on background vocals, we have her brother and sisters, Marky, Annie, and Charlotte, ages 7, 10, and 12. And in the chorus, you can hear them coming in with the ahs. So she picked this song, Supermarket Flowers, which is written by Ed Sheeran, and I just got a copy of it, and I forwarded it to you, Danny, and you asked, you know, if it would be all right to put it on the show, and of course, and if you're gonna play it, I suggest anybody that's listening to it grab some tissues because kind of rather grabs you, you know.
Yeah, it was, at first I heard it and I thought, wow. I mean, it was just phenomenal. And for those of you who hear it, I'm pretty sure you all think the same way, given their ages. And if you don't, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah, and she's 15, so she's singing at her church. You know, the Catholic church, they have cantors, you know, singer that leads the sing, and she's now singing in her church and getting paid for it, and we're putting money away, you know, in her bank account. And, it's kind of remarkable for 15-year-old, but they all have great voices, so we're just blessed with that.
Talented like their dad. What do you have coming up for gigs, Mr. Rick?
Let's see. Tuesday, I have a residency at Sushi Lounge in Totowa every Tuesday. On Wednesday, I'll be with Pat Foreign in Havana, in New Hope, Pennsylvania. Thursday, I'll be at the Sunset Tavern in Lincoln Park. Friday, I'll be at Manion's in Somerville. And on Sunday, I'll be doing a singer-songwriter event at the Dragonfly with, let's see, Zara Phillips, Rick Barth, Helen O'Shea, Pat Foreign, and we're going to be having there. I'm sure Peter at Dragonfly will kick in with a couple songs himself too, so it should be a lot of fun.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I haven't seen or spoken with Peter in quite a while. So, and I haven't talked to Zara either, but that's fantastic. So, actually, no, I talked to Zara about 3 weeks ago. See?
Yeah.
When her father passed away, yeah. So, all right.
Yeah, it was a rough tour.
Okay.
She just came out with a book too, and she has a quite interesting history herself.
Yes, she does. All right, Mr. Winowski, Mr. Winnow, my good buddy.
Yes, sir.
We're going to get to this song right now so that we can get to our guest this evening, Springwood. But thank you for calling and thank you for prefacing it. And I will talk to you, I'm sure, when it's over or throughout the week. So,
All right. Thanks so much, Danny.
No,
Everybody
buddy.
have a great night.
thank you
Thanks,
for
Rick.
thank
Yeah,
you for
Rick.
thinking of me and sending
Thank you,
this
guys.
here. So,
Have
all
a
right,
great night.
rock on, my friend.
Thank you.
There we go.
And thank you.
All right, so this is Rick's daughter, Jillian Grace, and this is the song called Supermarket Flowers. So. All right, we're out. We can talk.
Oh.
As soon as we come back, we'll get to you guys.
Yeah, I muted everything.
I heard this on Facebook and I sobbed. It was just really good.
Yeah.
Here. I want that sticker.
Thank you so much for the notes. That's all right.
I wrote one of them.
Nice.
Can you peel it?
Oh.
I got no fingers.
You just like
You got
because of
all
my
the fingers,
nails?
man, that's it. Oh, that mic. We are on YouTube.
We are on
What are you guys doing? Is it a sticker?
Yeah, you were like red center back too, man.
Is this
You think I didn't try to adjust them?
It's not, is it?
Your sticker?
The bend-it? Did you crack it?
No. Here. Want to add it to my collection here, you know?
No, I'm in, but we have to.
This is kind of
No.
like, did you test?
Yeah, no, and
That's okay. They all know they're not stickers, they're just not.
They're just- It feels like it is. I got it.
Hey, Rich, it's a sticker.
It is a sticker.
Usually I have a line that's.
Yeah, yeah.
the night is.
No,
I forgot about
that.
Sorry.
We can do whatever we want.
I don't think Facebook Live's gonna matter much now.
I just have to do a public apology. I forgot about YouTube.
It's our show.
I missed what you do. I missed what you did.
About a minute.
I did, you say you wanted to do stickers.
What did you do? I missed what you did.
You said, oh, I don't know what to do with them. I said, well,
Oh.
Okay.
but I didn't realize that we were on YouTube, so.
No,
I do.
I wouldn't have accepted it because we don't have that. Right. Okay. All right, cool.
I forgot about YouTube.
I'm working on New Brunswick.
Is it raining out or is it just me looking like it's like crazy?
It was.
The clouds are
Sounds
kind
like
of.
it sounds weird out there.
30 seconds. There you go. Jillian Grace, Rick Winder's daughter, doing that Ed Sheeran tune, which for 15 years old, I thought was absolutely phenomenal.
She's unbelievable.
With her children or with her siblings.
That's awesome. Actually, I heard it on Facebook.
How old is she?
15.
Wow.
So Jillian, I know you're listening because your dad said you were, and I know they probably got you tie wrapped to the chair. So you can hear
That's wonderful.
But thank you, and keep at it, kid. Rock on. See? Woo! That's right. I was glad to share. All right. If you want to give us a call tonight, you can do so at 609-241-0009. 7103, or you can follow along on Facebook at Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio 2, the number 2, Twitter, Rock On Radio, all one word, all capital letters, same with Instagram, Rock On Radio, all one word, all caps. So.
And YouTube.
And YouTube, and you're on YouTube, Art, where can they find that link?
Actually on COA Radio.
Okay, you can see us live.
Mhm. If they go to coaradio.com and just click on the right-hand column, the YouTube link, it'll take it right to it.
And if anybody that happened to be watching the YouTube link
So sorry.
can call in and tell me what Mary Ann did with a couple of Springwood stickers, because she didn't realize she was on camera, we'll give you a copy and
I have it on video. I will send you the JPEG.
All right. With us
This is a
tonight,
family show.
I know, no, not, I didn't.
with us tonight, we have three-fourths of.
I didn't say anything
Just like the cymbals, I know a few drummers use. We have 3/4 of Springwood here tonight on Rock On Radio. What's up, men?
Hey, what's going on?
Thank you so much for your patience this evening. We appreciate that, and I know that Rick Stewart appreciates that as well. So,
No problem, she was awesome.
all right. So,
Good song.
first of all, let's go right around the room. Mike, you are.
I'm the lead singer and
I'm confused.
what are you?
And John.
Hey, I am the guitar player and background singer and songwriter with Mike.
And Slim.
You know
I do.
I'm the bass player, probably the worst bass
Ever. Now wait a minute. No, now wait, Slim. Now I really can't see you talking to the mic at the same time, so I got to kind of go this way with the way things are configured here this evening.
I can leave, you can engineer for me, that would be perfect.
Just stay right there. I can't keep banging my knee into that thing you got down there.
Yeah, it's a million.
Oh my Lord! Now I know why you trip over things back there. A piece of wood sticks out so far. It's like whoa.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Excuse me?
Correct. It was Springwood. No, but now Mike Thompson, AKA Slim. This is the first time in 9 years and about 6 weeks that you have returned to Rock On Radio.
Wow.
Well, I've been trying, but,
Yeah.
but thank you. It's an honor to be back here.
Well, you were on the very first ever broadcast episode of Rock On Radio, right there. He was there.
I was there. All the nerves and everything going on. I remember.
Do you
When there
re-
was dirt and no asphalt?
There was, well, where we were, there was no asphalt. You're right. We were way back in the woods in Burlington County in that Fountain of Life Ministries. It's like Branch Davidian scary.
Uh-huh.
That was fun, though. I remember that.
But do
Real good.
you remember how that night started, where they forgot that I was supposed to start my show,
Yes.
so the station wasn't even unlocked? I couldn't even get in. They had nobody, Art, they had nobody to engineer the board. I hadn't sat behind a control board in like 30 years. And when I last engineered a radio show prior to that night, it had, 8-track carts that you used for the music, and there weren't sliders, they were pots, that you had to turn for volume. They were knobs.
You should see the board I have on my porch.
Well, that was, the last time, wow. That was that was the last time that I had been behind an engine. And then, of course, we had W.C. Soulshine was the first guest. And you were, even though you were not in that band, you were part of that band.
I believe I was.
You were.
How does that work?
Mike was friends with the guy who started the band, with our buddy Mike Italiano, and he, they were like buds. shows.
He hangs out with a lot of people named Mike.
It is. That's it. That's why I'm
It's a good name.
changing the name of the show to Rock On Mike from now on. That's what it's gonna be. But, yeah, and we had all kinds of difficulty, but we finally got ourselves on air, and Mike Thompson, you were part of that for all those years.
Well, it's an honor.
And then over the last years, Mike and I have jammed together multiple times, we've been in a band together. I was in your wedding, for God's sake.
That's right, you were. Thank you. Thank you
That's
for
right.
coming.
Are you still married?
Right there, right there.
She flew in from London.
I had to ask.
But, actually, I've spoken about your wedding.
Good answer.
Times on this radio program about how it was at the Stone Pony and everything was right there, and they actually made the pony respectable.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
I mean, not that the pony's not respectable, but it didn't look like a bar.
How did you get married in the Stone Pony?
You'd be surprised how big the bathrooms are.
You say so.
We heard they had two weddings there. Actually, a friend of my wife's had said that, as a joke, hey, you're so rock and roll, why don't you go get married at this Stone Pony? So
That's
she
cool.
said,
I
you know
didn't
what,
realize they had
let's
that.
go check that out and do that. So we went and we looked into it. And what I didn't know was I didn't know they were going to allow us to, play on stage with the band I was in at the time. And they said, yeah, is your band going to play? So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna play, and we did.
And now you can
Was
say
it
you
agency?
played at the Stone Pony.
Yeah, that was with agency.
See?
Hello, guys.
Mike and Vanessa had the only wedding around that required a sound man. So, all right. Now, Mike, you're here with Mike and John. Mike, how did we form Springwood? How did that happen?
Actually, it was through Bandits. I was kind of a little discouraged and going through some stuff and, still writing and still playing. And I found this guy over here, Johnny, on Bandmix. Wait. I found you.
Oh.
I was the one to reach out to you. That's true. Yeah, I put a little cryptic message in there and he cracked it. And got
Yeah.
it, and-
You and your Bowie shirt.
Yeah.
That was the coolest promo package.
Thanks, man. Thanks. And then we found out that we lived right across the street from each other.
Like, almost literally. I'm on one side of 18 and he's on the other. It was crazy. I was like, where are you? He's like, oh, I'm on 18. I'm like, I'm on 18. Where? Literally, we could walk to each other's house. It's crazy.
Wow.
And now he does his back territory, the way he said.
Oh.
Well, it's not okay.
He is a backup singer.
Okay. So,
It's a friendly show, I thought.
so who is now? We have a member missing this evening, the drummer.
Yes.
Okay, and he is.
Vinny Valenti. Actually, I shot him the number, so he said maybe he'll call in during the show.
That's right. 609-241-7103.
Call us.
Call us,
now.
Vinny. Call Vinny.
And we'll give you a pair of stickers.
I'm just wondering, what is it with drummers and the name Vinny?
That's a good name.
They have Vinny in there somewhere?
No, I'm not a Vinny.
Vinny Coleman.
That's right. So how did we find Vinny?
Oh, you want to take that, or you want me to take that, Mike? We did have a drummer initially for about 3 months before Vinny, and it didn't work out. So we went back on the hunt, and then we actually went back to Bandmix, and then we found Vinny through Bandmix, and he didn't actually want to join at first because Vinny's from Staten Island. All the 3 of us are from Jersey, so he was like, I don't know if I want to come all the way out.
Cross the outer bridge
Cross
crossing.
the outer bridge. It's $12-15 every time I go across.
Well,
So,
yeah, that's understandable.
no, and I totally got it with him, and I said, dude, I said, well, it's up to you. Give it a shot.
It's Vinny.
It's Vinny.
Hey, Vin, you on?
Hey,
Hey,
buddy.
Mike.
Hey, Vinny, hey.
Vinny.
Hey, Joe.
Hello.
How many years old?
So you're Vinny.
Yeah, I'm Vinny.
Now, you're the same Vinny that's in the band, right? Not just some guy.
My cousin
Hey, bada boom, bada boom. No.
So Vinny,
Dude, I got a lot of Vinny jokes.
well, they just told me that, you know, you were a little hesitant because you didn't want to have to cross the Outer Bridge crossing. I mean, these three guys live in Jersey. You know, they're expecting you to ford a river, for God's sake, to get over here. So I can understand your hesitation.
No, it wasn't just that. I had some prior commitments, and I didn't know if I'd be able to get down there in time. So, you know, it wasn't just, you know, the commute.
No, it's just not just a commute.
Vinny, but Vinny, you're a drummer. You've got to be on time.
You're here every Sunday night.
Tell your friends about me. So, okay, so, all right, now, I don't care who takes this, doesn't matter. So you bring Vinny into the band. Now, I'll tell you what, now, we'll give it to Vinny. Vinny, so you had prior commitments. Obviously, you shirked those to be part of Springwood.
Well, basically, I had just gotten out of 2 other bands, and just like Mike, I just kind of like given up on everything. I'm like, there's so many freaking people and so much nonsense going on. I just, you know, I gave up on it for a while. And then, lo and behold, Johnny had contacted me, and, you know, he says, oh, you know, we got this thing going on. We have an original band. Would you be interested? And at first I told him no. So I said, you know, I just got out of something with another original band. I kind of don't want to do that route and whatever. And he was like, no, come on, just come anyway. Just give it a shot. So I said, all right, you know, it wasn't that far of a commute. And I said, all right, I'll give it a shot. So he sent over a couple of the songs that they've done. And I learned them, and then the rest is history. I went over to the studio with him, and here I am.
So basically, what you're saying is, thanks to peer pressure, you've joined the band.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
No, well, it was just nice to be with, you know, a bunch of guys who were decent. There was no egos in this band. It was, you know, everybody's just a down-to-earth, decent guy, so it made it easy. It was an easy decision.
Okay, excellent. Fantastic. Well, we're going to be playing some of the music very shortly. I don't know whether it'll be live or Memorex, but we're going to be doing that. So you going to stay tuned?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so that way they'll know in case they want to say something about you, that you'll be listening.
Vinny will kill me.
I'm a drummer too, Ben. I know we got to stick together, man. These other musicians, you know, they go off on us sometimes. Vinny, somebody talking to you, Vinny? What's going on over there? We got to call somebody?
No.
Do I need to dial 911? What do I need to do here, Vinny?
No, I'm good, guys.
Don't worry, I'm gonna call Vinny. We'll take care of it.
Yeah.
You got the cooler in the back seat.
What is it, Mike Marino said? Hey, Vinny, get the bat. So, all right.
I am stereotype that we're all in the mafia. What's going on with you guys?
Well, just because you know.
Your name is Vinny.
Thank Hollywood for that.
See, there you go. All right, Benny, thanks for calling. We're going to get back to our in-studio bandmates of yours and see how we can harass them and maybe do some music and so on and so forth.
All right, guys.
All right? All right, Benny.
Later.
Rock on. There you go. All right, so now Vinny gave us the story. So who's going to dispute it? All right, so now how does
The
Slim...
defense rests.
And now how do we get Slim involved in the band? Mike Johnson.
Oh,
Oh,
this is a good one.
Okay.
This-
Well, I'm
you
gonna let you tell it. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
Is this the one where Vanessa said, Mike, you're getting on my nerves, you need to start playing music again?
Yes, yes.
Now, what happened?
Well, we got to talk how we got Mike into this band, Mike Slim into this band. We have to go back about 3 years, where me and Mike were in a prior band called Pop Riot. And it was a 80s, 90s rock, you know, like everyone was doing the hair metal side. So we got into this whole thing where we were going to do the pop side
Okay.
of it, you know, because it's really the two sides of that coin during that era. So as it turns out, Mike and I were in that band for about a year and a quarter, and then it broke up, as you know, unfortunately bands do. Did some other stuff along that line, but then when Mike and I met, we started writing songs, we started getting into the the whole thing, and then I said we both said to each other, we said, hey, let's put a band together. This is bigger than we can make this bigger than what it is. So then from that point, I said, I know a bass player. And he's like, get him in. And I gave him a call and boom, came right in.
And there you have it.
And he went and just knocked it out of the park.
Well, I know Slim is quite capable of doing that.
No, thank you. Well, there's a little more to that story too, I have to say.
All right, well, you go now.
So being in the band with Johnny back 3 years ago and playing for a year and a half in that band, so I learned all those songs only for it to fall apart. But that's another story. Anyway,
I remember your frustration with that too.
Yeah,
hey,
I was there.
Because things happen for a reason, and so Johnny kept, telling me about this. He wanted, he kept calling me saying he wanted to do something, and I told him, I did too. I was real keen on doing the covers and making money and going out there and just playing out, and knowing that that's going to get, gigs. And the thing is, like I said, I've been in the original band for like 10 years with the agency, and it was pretty successful. We played a lot, played around a lot, and made a couple of albums. And I, now, not to say that like age matters or whatever, but I just felt when I was married, I had a kid, and doing an original band was like something like, oh god, like here we go again, It's hard work, as you all know, and like, it's not like where you're in the cover band where it's just pretty much, you go in, you learn songs, you play, you get paid, and done. So I gave it a shot. I met Mike Medina here, who showed up, and Johnny and Mike were playing songs, and I'm like, all right, let me hear what you got. Because at this point, they were writing for like about, I don't know, what was it? 6 months or so. Yeah, and I wasn't around for a while. I was raising my daughter Dylan with my wife. So when I
I'm glad you added that in.
yes, she's 3.5 by the way. Ticks on the way, but anyway, so let me.
I saved you, Slim.
But I digress.
So I go to let me hear the music that you guys are writing, and they played me the songs, and this was all just acoustic, and I thought they were awesome, and I loved them, and I was like, all right, I'm on board. Let's do this, and the rest is history.
Well, there you go. See, and now you're Springwood. Now you guys have a 9-song full-length disc out.
Yes.
It is titled.
No title, just self-titled.
Just Springwood, right? Okay. With a very interesting cover. But before we start talking about this, why don't we do some music?
Okay.
You want to go off the disc? You want to do it live? I mean.
Let's do it live.
Okay. That's good because I want to talk about the instrumentation a little bit. Well, all kinds of things I want to talk about. Know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Do you?
Yeah.
Now, where's that link for YouTube? It's on the COA page, right? Art?
Yes.
Okay. All right, what are you gonna? Okay, is it on the disc?
It is on this.
Fantastic. Springwood here on Rock on Radio.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well,
Oh, I'm walking by, hey, but I have no love, can never take no pain. But I don't know what to do now without you. Sometimes I want to. Oh, I'm walking
Springwood. Right here on Rock On Radio. Very nicely done, men.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thanks, Danny.
Mayor, somebody should call us, right?
I think they should.
They can win a copy of this disc, actually.
We got the whole package.
See that? We can show it to those of you watching at home.
All you have to do is dial 609-241-7103.
Correct. Ah,
Let me try that again. 609-241-7103.
wow. See that? All right, so how long were you guys writing original music before you decided to put the band together and decide to go out as an original act? Because as Mike was saying, you know, it's
not easy.
there's a story I often tell on this program. By the way, I want to say hi to Terry Elliott. Terry's listening. She's back on. You know Teresa, out in Cuba, Missouri, or where Rolla, Missouri. I don't know where she's at now. Cuba, C-U-B-A. I think it's in Cuba, Missouri.
Cuba.
She's out there and
Florida, New
listening,
York.
and she's checking in on Facebook. So we'll say hi to Terry.
Hello.
Hi, Terry.
But there's a story I often tell about after my ex-wife and I split up. She felt the need to drag me back to court, and her lawyer was a real. He was a sweetheart. Okay, of course.
Aren't they all?
And I was writing for the Trentonian newspaper at the time, and he decided to hold up a copy of the paper and say, "Do you see this, Your Honor? He admits that he's a drummer and plays music. How come none of that's claimed on his income tax?"
Whoa.
Okay. So the judge looked at me and said, "Is this true?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Why is none of it claimed on your income tax?" I said, "Because you know, up to the first 500 or something, you don't have to claim it on your tax."
That's right.
And he says, "Well, how often do you play?" I said, "Sometimes 3 times a week, sometimes once a month. It varies." "Really? And you haven't made $500? What kind of music are you, what kind of band are you in?" I said, "I freelance."
Original.
And he looked at me, he goes, "What kind of music?" I said, "Well, I work with mostly original artists." He says, "All right, be seated." That is a true story, as I sit here.
No, it's tough.
Me too.
Definitely.
You know, the lawyer, even the lawyer there was shot a hole right in his theory. You know, they thought I was making gobs of money, and you know, you're an original artist, nobody's paying you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right, Rich?
Why is that?
I don't know.
Why does this happen to us?
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's just because, you know, when you see the name, you don't know who it is. But when you have a cover band or a tribute band, you know, they have that famous artist attached to it. So you're going really just to hear that music.
See, it's the stigma that's attached.
See, stop
No,
the
no,
stigma.
that's the right answer.
Yeah.
He's right. That's the right answer.
And everybody forgets that covers are just somebody else's originals.
True.
that some DJ grabbed and played to its death until people were forced to like it. Some subliminal mind control game that the music industry plays.
True. Well, that's a good answer, and that's true.
Sorry.
Although I don't like things the way that they are. Just having. To
I
say
concur.
that.
So, yeah, but, yeah, it's, I get it, it's tough. So what made you guys go that route?
Well, like I did the cover band thing, and it was fun. But, I had a lot of music in my pocket, basically, and I really wanted to get out there with it. And when I met Johnny, we talked about it, and I shot him a couple songs. He showed me a couple of his, and we really both fell in love with each other's material. And then we just started collaborating, and it really started coming together.
As my wife, who's listening, hi Kat, says,
Another good
me
save.
and Mike, yes, me and Mike have a romance together.
I'd like to say hi to my wife too, Annie, and my son.
Cover-ups here. They're really making sure that we understand.
We're covering all the bases.
I should
I
probably,
see.
well,
It's almost like they're trying too hard, which is making it like
We are-
Oh, we're not, this is what it is,
Yeah.
They're young.
and I will say
I wouldn't know
hi
that
to,
part, but thank you.
I'll say hi to somebody's wife. Hi, somebody's wife. I don't have one.
And you're smiling.
Notice?
Yes. Art's right on cue.
Did you miss me?
Yeah.
Always.
So, all right, so you decide to go the original route, which is, to my ears, is very refreshing.
Thank you.
Down in this area, and, where are you from? Mike?
I'm originally from South Area.
Okay, so you still live in that area now, or?
No Bridge now.
All right, so you're in the area, same area. How about you?
I am an original, well, you're gonna go way back, Brooklyn kid, but transplanted in Jersey, in Sayreville, New Jersey.
Sayreville,
Trophy town.
okay.
Yeah,
So you
and
guys-
then- And then married to transplant to Old Bridge. So,
All right, so you're both on, you're both, and then Mike, I know where Mike grew up, so, in Hamilton, right, Mike?
Well, sort of. Actually, Long Island, New York, but,
It's close.
yeah,
Close. Super.
but yeah, mostly.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that explains it, that silly affliction you have for the New York Islanders.
Hey, they won last game.
I think so. Anyway, but okay, so you guys are from, various, we already know Vinny's from Staten Island.
Staten Island.
What section is he from in Staten Island?
Good six.
The good
callback.
Yeah, no, like by Arthur Kill,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, actually, because when, in 1989, I made the mistake, or the good move, however you want to look at it, of becoming a UPS driver. And the first thing they did when I made the union was send me up to Staten Island to pull deliveries for 3 days until the union found out, and then I didn't have to go up there anymore. But I didn't know, I was new, and and I delivered some of the finer areas of Staten Island.
Yeah.
I was afraid going by that dump.
Scary.
New door, Ebbets Avenue Apartments. This is a true story. I went into Ebbets Avenue Apartments and I had a hand truck with maybe 5 or 6 stops on it. I go walking in, the security guard, I nod, I said, "Hey, how are you?" And he looks at me and he goes, "Where do you think you're going?" I said, "I got deliveries for," and I rattled off whatever the apartments were. And he looks at me and he says, "You just stay right here. You're not going anywhere alone."
Wow.
He went into the office and came out with a handgun.
Hmm.
True story.
Wow.
He says, "All right, let's go."
Wow. So then was that, the handgun was for you or for the apartment to live in?
I mean, look, she.
Give you that word.
I had to go with an armed guard up to these, and I was like, "Oh boy."
Oh, boy.
Here's your package.
That would have been my last day.
Yeah, ring and run.
And it has a flaming bag.
As soon as you ring the doorbell, you hit.
Pump it up.
Wow.
So,
Well, the way I see it is that Danny had a great job, but did you learn how to shoot the gun is the question.
I don't want anything to do with guns. I don't begrudge anybody that owns one. Actually, I would like to have a few friends that did. But
That's always nice.
I have shot guns before, and there's no thrill in it for me.
I only have water guns. I like the Super Soaker.
Super soaker.
Super Soaker. Why not suck it up?
Does the Nintendo count you?
No, that's right. There you go.
I have a 45 and a shovel and I doubt anyone will miss you.
They go hand in hand.
I have 3 daughters now.
Yeah.
So you make the disc, and what made you decide to? Because you actually, were you guys gigging before you even recorded this, or did you record it first?
We actually decided to do things a little differently than
Okay.
other bands. You know, we've all been in other bands before, and we didn't really have a lot to show for it, you know, and I wanted to go this route first and get the CD out there, so this way we have something to give to people when they do see this. It's a little different, but you know, it's something that we kind of decided together.
Now, what's your take on? I mean, I've had artists in here who have said, you know, you've got to value yourself. That's why I will never give my music away. You know, it's $5, it's $10, it's whatever.
Sure.
And then I've had other artists in here who say, what good is it if I get 1,000 discs from CD Baby or disc makers and they sit in my closet?
Very true.
You know, a year later, I've still got 980 left, you know?
Very true.
Well,
So,
we make the sales when we can, and we mainly just try to get the music out there. And we have a Bandcamp so people can buy it digitally as well too.
okay, very nice. So where'd you record it?
We actually recorded it in Night Studios, Johnny's basement.
Don't make it sound like it's that.
Oh no, it's amazing.
No, wait a minute.
Yes.
I have a full studio actually at my house.
Why do I have
Rehearsal and recording.
Bob Dylan in my head right now? Johnny's in the basement.
That's right.
Wow.
We kind of converted my whole basement over from the rehearsal studio into a whole recording studio. So, which we had help from, if we don't mind me doing a shameless plug.
Go ahead.
To Mike Bauer from Bauer House Studios, who I know is listening because he just messaged me. So Mike, thank you so much for everything, all your help.
Mike just messaged me, where's my shameless plug?
And Mike actually lent us a bunch of gear because he also works for Universal Audio UA.
Okay.
So which is a great product, and he helped us set up the drums into the basement, and we did a set on the CD. It's actually 7 tracks of drums, and then the 8th track because we could record 8 tracks simultaneously. So on the 8th track we did all scratch, vocal, guitar, bass, and we recorded all. Actually, that CD was supposed to be 11 songs.
That's true.
Yes.
Nobody knows what happened to the other.
No, we know exactly what happened to them.
Yeah.
We recorded them all, got through the whole recording process. We did the drums in the basement studio, and then after that, I have another room upstairs which I converted into a whole vocal, acoustic, guitar, bass studio upstairs, and then that's where we did all the other tracks.
Why don't you just say everybody but the drummer gets to go upstairs?
Yeah, we actually, it's funny. It's a funny story. A couple of years back, in between projects, I had we were just doing demos and stuff. So I had drums upstairs. I had this drummer, a friend of ours, Frank, and he brought his E-kit over, his Roland E-kit.
Okay.
And
Those are nice.
he had he has an unbelievable one. It's like $7,000-8,000 one to bring. It was just off the charts how good it was. And I had another 8-track recorder, and we were gonna do tracks. Record upstairs. Well, 20 minutes into him playing, my wife comes upstairs, and she's banging on, and she's the only thing I didn't have is the red light, recording in progress. So she kind of crept in, and then she looked at me, and she's going like this, cut, and I'm like, what? And then she goes, you have no idea what's going on downstairs. And I'm like, what? She goes, it sounds like the roof is coming down. She goes, all the glasses in the china closet are clinking and falling over. So she goes, you can't do this. So I'm like, oh, You know, like, oh, man.
You didn't just look at her and say, honey, we're having an earthquake, quick, get in the closet.
Yeah, so I was like.
Lay in the bathtub, take a pillow.
It's true story. So we literally had to stop recording and doing what we were doing. And that was the last time we recorded upstairs for drums. So that's why I said, take that away. That was a good takeaway.
There you go. Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. So that's why we went to the basement,
Nice. If you want to give us a call tonight, you can do so here, 609-241-7103. And we'll give you a free copy of the Springwood debut self-titled CD. Why don't I do some more music and then we'll talk about the this interesting album cover that you got.
All right. We're going to do a.
You want to go live? Or you want to go
CDs? You know what? Yeah, can we do
Which
a
one?
track from the CD?
Sure, just tell us what it is.
Fire Girl. I think that's track number 3.
Track number 3. You want to preface it, and would that be the
That's the Fire Girl.
the Fire Girl?
Yes, that is her. That's her.
Where did we get her from?
And where can we find her? Is that the next question?
I literally, I do all the artwork for the band. So I just literally did a Google search. I said fire. I said Fire Girl, and that picture came up as a unregistered or thing.
Mhm.
I modified it a little bit, with some filters, and that's it.
I mean, because I'm looking at this cover. Can this cover be found on your website? Or what's your social media, by the way?
The Springwood Sound.
The Springwood Sound
Okay.
on all social media. We got
.com or
no, just like Facebook, and then you can go Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
okay, so you don't have a website, just the social media. Okay.
Social media stuff.
Just
All right.
social media.
Because I'm looking at the markings on her back, and it looks distinctly like a face in that
Yes, it does.
that thing there.
Right.
Yeah. And
It's
what's
like a skull or something.
yeah, what scares me is I have that same scar on my back. I do.
Sounds like destiny.
Yeah.
You found your fire girl.
I might have dated her at one point. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, that's a tequila lady night right there. All right, Art, you have it queued up?
I hope so.
All right.
Let's go.
This is Springwood. This is off of their self-titled debut disc, and it's called
Fire Girl.
Do you like dark chili?
Is that what that is?
It's in the drawer.
chili chocolate. It's delicious. I love that.
Oh.
Is it Lynn?
It's just brand.
Oh.
It's that brand. It's the same one. It's like,
Okay.
those are raw favorite. Looks good.
If there's anything you guys want to talk about, just spout it out
No,
there.
it's in the other drawer.
Upcoming
The big one.
gigs.
Yeah, we're gonna hit that
We'll
next,
get to that.
probably. Yeah.
We'll get to that.
No, that's white chocolate. It's Easter
What
one.
do you guys want to talk about?
No, I absconded,
No.
or absconded, no. I took that far
You do
drawer,
your thing.
way far drawer.
I don't see no chocolate chili.
Yeah.
It's in the far drawer, the big one, way on the far side.
Anything
Yeah,
else you want to do while
we're
we're?
doing,
When
No, keep going, love.
yeah, the Chico's or something like that.
In the cabinet underneath the router.
Fairfield
Roller, or roller, is that?
If you need me to jump in, I'll jump
It
in.
wouldn't all fit.
Yeah, I'll put a note in the front.
Here, look.
Actually, I'll just sit there.
Oh,
Way over there.
this one
Yeah.
in here?
The big one, the big far. Keep going, one more, next one. That's it.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Did you?
Didn't want to put it too close. And it all went to the other drawer.
That is
They make you work for it,
You
huh?
tell her
Yeah.
that?
No.
And
I did that with the stickers.
Because I have my own drawer.
Yeah.
That's my chocolate
So
drawer.
we had like a guy shirt.
But the chili one's in here.
And then women. You totally did.
With the SW.
Yeah.
Just like the cement.
You know what's funny? We have.
When you're upside down, it could be MS.
There's that QR code.
Right.
right? If you actually scan the QR code, it does work. It goes right to the Bandcamp page.
Right.
So we were gonna put the QR code on the shirt. That's not something that not a lot of bands do, but they don't really do. So the joke was we were gonna put SW and then the QR code. Hey, it's like, hey, yo, can I scan that? I know, we're terrible.
Well,
These
now you know it will be a
musicians.
positive step.
Yes.
There you go.
See that?
About 20 seconds.
The what?
I'm glad the girls can help.
Yeah, no, I should really do the stickers.
July what?
I should do the stickers with the
There
QR
we
code.
go.
July 23rd, at, just say the Chico's in Raritan.
Nice kicker at the end.
At the
I like
end,
that.
at the end.
Springwood right here on
Thank you.
Rock on Radio.
Did we talk about how they got their name?
Go ahead, that was the next question out of my mouth, actually, so go ahead.
So I was curious because, I mean, spring and all that stuff.
No.
Where did it come from?
Has nothing to do with that.
See, that was the first thing I went to. Nothing.
Okay, that's all, that's cool.
No, really, it originated when me and Johnny first met. When you first meet somebody, you talk about your likes and dislikes, and one thing we really had in common was we both lived on Maryland Street. And that's the town that Freddie lives in.
That's Freddie's town.
Oh, don't play me because I have no idea about Friday the
that's
13th. But I was figuring that's what it was.
But that's where it came from. So that, actually, when we were getting, well, we got Mike, but then when we were doing the drummer thing, a lot of people were going, oh, well, what does the band mean? Same thing you're saying, right? And people were like, when we told them, we said, oh, it's like, Freddie's Town. And so everyone thought, oh, you guys are going to be like a hard horror band, death metal or something like that. And we're like, no, like listen to our stuff. And then they go, whoa, I don't get it. It's like, it's just a name. It's like, yeah, it's just a name. We can make it anything,
It's just a name.
That's nice.
It's just me.
Yeah, my idea of pop was out of the picture, so.
That's Star Wars. That I would know. See, that I would have known. See?
Blue Harvest.
They tried to do the Star Trek stuff, but I don't know.
No track.
No,
Not Trek.
just the wars.
Just the worst.
Yeah.
Wow. Lots of wars.
Yeah.
Mr. Schlably, you're awful quiet this evening.
He is.
No track, just the wars.
He was chomping at the
I don't know, I'm in a very pensive, reflective, spaced out.
He's also out of the YouTube camera.
Because
That's
he's eating
not
chocolate
allowed.
with dinner.
He's like, I know, but he's.
I'm keeping myself a little under the.
The
It's
radar.
not fair. We're stuck in the camera. He
I
should be
know,
too.
and I already had a mishap. so-
Exactly.
It's a good show though.
A non-wardrobe malfunction.
No.
That's the highlight.
Speaking of wardrobe, when you come to Neo Zoe, you get to wear a sheet, like a toga.
That's cool.
You're wrapped in a sheet.
You are, yes.
Yes, and you're full of sheets.
Is there
Yeah.
No fouling.
So while you're here, while I'm thinking of it,
And that trunk,
go ahead.
Here we go.
Yeah.
He just likes to start something in his back.
Out of camera.
My
So go ahead. Neo Zoe is celebrating its 53rd year in business.
Oh, it's been 20 years within an hour. It's great.
It's like my hairline.
What hairline?
Hairline, you're off. I don't think I keep.
Good thing.
You're way off.
But
Easy to
Oh,
Goldilocks.
You're out.
What hairline?
There you go.
So what's going on with Neo Zoe? You're offering like,
There's all kinds of offers. I'm still celebrating that anniversary.
okay,
Yeah, it's
So
going on
when?
through June 16th.
I'm trying to get you to talk about it, Mayor. Work with me.
I am. Anybody who calls for either a massage or for nutritional consults, whatever, you'll get $10 off every session for the entire time till June 16th. There's many people taking advantage of that, so thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Or if you want a DVD, you could buy one, get one at 20% off. If you refer friends and they come in, you get 20% off the next appointment, and it goes for both new clients and established clients, so it's for everybody.
So And you've got your books here for those at home
Yes.
who are watching on radio. You can see, well, there's YouTube there, thanks to Art. You have your
Mary Ann doesn't remember that.
Extreme Shocker Cleansing, and you have the Road to Success Volume 2 that you're doing at Anfield. So good, they can all be picked up at your website or at the shop.
Yes, either way.
And the boys meant to thank you for their new album cover.
That's right.
Absolutely. I'll do it for you.
Mary Ann, what's the shocker?
What's the chakra? Chakra con.
What's gonna happen when she sees that picture on a t-shirt?
She's got the chakra over her life.
Very good.
Your chakras are.
That's why they need cleansing.
They need cleansing. All right, so
Thank you.
meanwhile.
Thanks, Vinny.
So, all right, so there were 11, but you chose 9.
Yes.
Was it difficult to get down to that number, or were there?
No,
No, it was,
Okay.
we knew right away as soon as we heard them.
yeah. We went to master, we went to mix and master with Mike, another Mike, I should say. I have a plethora of mics in my, in my contacts. So Mike Bauer, who was the engineer for mix and mastering. I was in session with him almost weekly. It was crazy. And then we heard it, and he's like, "Dude, we gotta listen to this." And then we listened to it, and I knew immediately. And then I was kind of like the go-between. And I brought it to the guys, and I said, "I don't think this one is on the same caliber and on the same par level as all the other 9 songs."
Right.
And then we whittled it down, and we said, "Okay, I guess we're doing a 9-song album."
Where's your listening room? Is it still cars, right? You listen in your car.
For sure.
I know, that's my favorite place to listen.
Yeah.
Still,
Definitely.
any space doesn't come up to that. Car's the best.
It is.
The way I see it, if you chose the wrong songs on here, John, you
Yes.
could blame Mike or the other Mike, right?
Whoa.
It's all Mike's fault.
Yeah.
It's always Mike's
Just
fault.
throw a dart at the wall and hit Mike.
I never liked that Mr. Sennheiser.
You know what?
It really works. It was John's idea, right?
Third song? What was the third song? I think we just heard it.
It was the hit.
Was that it?
Of any album.
Fire Girl was track 3, right?
Yeah.
It's old school thinking that the third song's the hit song on the record.
Yeah.
It is old school. Yes,
It is
you
old
are
school.
so right about
We're
that.
kind of old school.
Yeah,
That's good,
but I love that.
but it's very true.
Yeah.
That's right, for sure.
Yeah.
609-241-7103. We'll give you a copy of Springwood's debut disc here. We've also got some stickers. We've got some buttons. They were kind enough to bring along tchotchkes.
Swag.
And we'll include the Rock On Radio lube with that. We'll include what else will we put in there? Bumper sticker. We'll figure stuff out.
Figure it out.
I'll figure it out. Art's coffee. We'll throw something in there. Art's chocolate stash.
Not the stash.
Eileen Sullivan is listening in. She says hello, and that she misses us.
Hello. I'm Bjorn.
Now, Terry, Now, Terry out in Missouri says that she likes, the sound. It sounds like late 60s or early 70s.
Oh, good.
Wow, thank you.
So,
We're kind of all a little bit bored.
Yeah.
that's all right.
Children of the
Children of the Corn.
No.
Malachi. Malachi the camel? Is that a different Malachi? Religious advisor. Isn't that a religious name?
Yeah.
When you have nothing to report.
No,
Great.
not for Children of the Corn. There's nothing to do with that.
Mayor, what are we paying her?
I don't know.
The religious advisor.
You can increase it 100%. Great.
Rock On Radio.
Hi, I was calling to say hi to Springwood.
Whoa! And who would you be?
My name is Bianca.
Bianca. Hello, Bianca. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Okay. Who are you attached to in the band, or are you just a fan?
I'm just a fan. I saw you guys play at Brighton Bar, and I thought you guys were amazing. And I saw on Facebook that you guys are going to be on the radio.
Nice. That's nice to see that.
Yay.
Well, do you have their CD?
No.
Oh, well, you do now. You're a winner.
You're a winner.
Yeah. You gotta have some bells or something going off here. All right, Bianca, here's what I want you to do. Can you do this for me? Now, you see the.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
Ignore the engineer with the sound effects. What was your favorite song that they played that night? Do you remember?
Fire Girl is my favorite.
Number 3.
There it is.
Yeah.
Third song.
Yep, and
Thank you.
third song.
Yeah.
And where are you? Where are you from, Bianca? What town are you in? Old Bridge. Whoa. Another local connection. Like it. Perfect. Well, here's what I want you to do. Now you go to my radio show page, Danny Coleman's Rock on Radio 2.
Okay.
Where the event came from. Okay, on Facebook. And private message me your address, and I will send the prize pack out to you this week.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much.
Sounds good. Anything else you want to say to them? Any requests you want to make here with these guys?
I'm just super excited to hear you guys do whatever. You guys are awesome.
Well, we're going to make them do something then. How's that?
Perform like a monkey, Mike.
Got them little pasty cymbals.
Yeah. Great fashion wear.
Wow.
All right. All right, Bianca, thank you so much, first of all, for listening, and secondly, for calling in. And you're a winner on Rock On Radio. Thank you. There you go. All right. Well, let's see. What should we do next here?
Live song.
Live song. There you go.
Yes.
I guess Johnny wants to play live song.
He might.
All right. Which one?
Let's do Falling Fire.
Okay, fall. Are we dedicating this one to Bianca?
Oh, sure.
And it's football season, so she should wear some stickers.
Wow. Oh,
Just saying.
man.
Wow.
Exactly.
Slim, you got the acoustic bass out.
I do.
He does.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
It's been a while for me too, Danny.
All right. This is called Falling, huh?
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I guess it is.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. I'm falling, I'm falling. I need your love, I'm falling, this world of despair.
Radio, fantastic. I love it. Love it. Now, those of you who can watch at home, again, the link can be found right on COA's page. Our good buddy John Alberici is watching. John will be playing the next Rock on Radio, what's next? Rock and Happy Hour on June 13th.
I saw that.
So that's Wednesday the 13th. It's not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday at the Tiernanog in Hamilton Township. Trenton, Hamilton. You go in the front, you're in Trenton. You go in the back, you're in Hamilton. So, and vice versa when you return, when you leave. But yep, 1324 Hamilton Avenue. John will be there from 7 to 9. If anybody's interested in sponsoring that happy hour, please let me know. Otherwise, the cupboard is bare. We're out of tchotchkes.
Stickers.
Well, there you go. We've got stickers, we've got buttons, and we've got the Springwood album right here to give away. That's going to Bianca, as long as she sends me her address.
What a cool name.
I know, it's pretty cool, right? I'm thinking, first thing that went through my mind was Jagger. Cool.
Sorry.
Yes, you look like you had something.
No.
You did have that look on
You
your
did,
face.
I agree.
He had something fixed.
What happens when you live with 5 women?
You think better of it. Actually, Art, real quick, while we're kind of on the subject of community events type of thing, Art and I Friday night went to the Hamilton area YMCA to shoot some footage and do a quick interview with, I remember her last name, Janice Nastasi and Alfredo. The Hamilton Y, they've begun a new program called Strive, STRIVE, and I don't remember what it stands for. Because I don't have the paper in front of me, but there was a lot of information on it.
I believe it was starting your recovery in a vibrant environment.
Or something like that, yeah. Either way, they are helping.
What a clever.
Yeah, they're right on the spot. They have started, they're in the process of starting. It's not up and running yet. They expect it to be by the end of summer, beginning of the fall. They've already got many mentors that have signed up for it and they're training, right?
Yes.
But anybody who is in recovery, here we are at City of Angels Radio. City of Angels is an addiction and recovery outfit to help people get treatment for addictions and to help the families of people who are addicted to cope with the situations. And the YMCA of Hamilton over on White Horse Mercerville Road in Hamilton Township, directly across from the police station, actually, and the library. They are starting this Strive program for people who come out of recovery and are looking to basically occupy themselves and not something to keep them, or something to keep them occupied.
Well, not just that, but it's really offering them, you know what I mean, wellness, as
Oh, yeah, they're
compared
doing all
to
that.
staying right in. I mean, there's financial, not financial assistance, but, you know, they teach you how to fill out your checkbook, and, you know what I mean?
Right.
Fill out your taxes, job help, you know what I mean, things
Almost
like
like a
that.
life coach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very important to have that.
And they
But
have,
that's the lack right now. There's 1,000 places getting people into treatment. The problem is when people get out of treatment, there's just nothing for them. You know what I mean? So,
but the important part is they're offering 3 months of gym membership and a year's membership to the Y for $125
for the year,
That's great.
which is
That's
literally.
normally what you pay for a month.
Yeah. So, and you'll see there's some
But
footage.
that actually is a national program.
Strive?
Yes,
Oh,
it's available nationwide, so the affiliates that are listening, their local YMCA's will also have that.
Have that as well.
It's a wide
That's
program.
cool.
It is a wide program.
So, we went over there and shot some footage real quick, and that'll be up on somewhere, either on the YouTube program or on what's next with Marianne and I, or on COA site, something.
Well, we're slowly starting to re-record what's next. So,
Yes, we're on hiatus with YouTube.
Well,
So,
because we're doing better, bigger.
yes.
We are.
And what? Hello, welcome to Rock On Radio. Who's this?
Hey, this is Billy. I'm calling to talk to Springwood.
Go ahead, you're on the air.
You need to turn your radio down.
Yeah, turn your radio off.
I'm out. I was in the room watching it on YouTube.
Okay.
Nice. I'm waving at you right now.
Oh, we're on YouTube?
Yeah.
Ah,
Slim, don't get the camera shut now.
Give your hands, let me,
So I can
just,
see you.
yes. Whoa.
Where are you from, Billy?
I'm living in Pennsylvania now, but I'm originally from Sayreville.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sayreville.
He's so excited.
No, I'm not.
Yorn.
Wait, I think I know who this guy is.
Okay.
Yeah, you better know.
I know.
You're
This is this is actually
Yeah,
one of
just
my
wanted-
best, he's like one of
I
my
just
best
want to call and say how proud I am of them guys.
Excellent.
They're really kicking some butt.
Have you been out to see him yet, Billy?
What's that?
Have you been out to see the band yet?
No, but I saw them before they started playing, so
That's true.
Okay.
I've been friends with John for about 30 years now.
All right. So where are you at in Pennsylvania?
I'm right near Scranton.
Ah, you're not in Jessup, are you?
No, I'm not too far from Jessup though.
There you go. See, I have relatives.
Dunder Mifflin.
Coal miner.
Dunder Mifflin.
Dunder Mifflin. Do you have a copy of their CD?
I actually have it already.
Oh, you do? Well, there you go.
It's one of the perks of being friends with the band.
Oh, there you go. Then you don't need another one.
No.
All right. You want to model them before I send them out there?
No, I just asked if you
You want
Wow.
you want them stickers used or unused?
I'll sign them.
It's really hot in here.
All right, Billy.
Do you
Well,
prefer cold?
No.
do you have a favorite Springwood tune?
I like them all actually.
No,
I can't. I gotta be impartial, you know.
that makes
I
it
like
very
them
easy.
That's a good radio answer.
There you go. It's right down the middle.
Even the B-sides.
Right? All right, Billy, thanks for calling, and I appreciate you listening and watching, and rock on, my friend.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks, Billy.
Talk to you later.
Thanks,
Springwood. Let's do some more music. And then I want to talk about who writes the material and how we produce it, and
Okay.
all that fun stuff.
All right. You want to do good night? Yeah. But how about we play Through the Night, which is the 9th song on the. I always get it wrong. Is it EP or LP?
LP.
It's
No.
an LP. If we had the 11, it would be an EP. Correct.
Is EP is the short.
EP is the
short.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
If it would, yeah, right. It would be an
Extended
LP, extended play.
Get it right now.
I can't.
Just so the next few plays out.
Have you guys decided?
Yeah, nine.
Number nine.
Number nine.
You are number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
This song's called Through the Night. Yes.
Okay. Springwood.
Are we, mic's on or no? It's actually a funny story on this song. We had all this production value that we put at the beginning, middle, and end with all the sound effects and stuff, and which is really cool. And in the middle, when we were putting all stuff together, me and Mike were just hanging out doing like background vocals, I think that night, right? And we were just messing around. And there's like all this like, thunder, lightning, dogs barking, police cars going by. It's like, it was really cool, like production value stuff that I layered in the tracks. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, we were talking about like something, right? And then and all of a sudden we started doing like the wolf howling, and it made the track, which was so cool, And actually, so Mike does the first wolf howl, like right in the middle. And then I'm at the console on the other side of the room to show you how powerful like those mics were. And I was like, oh, and you heard it, and it sounded like a wolf out in like the distance. It was so cool. And I just like said, I gotta leave it in there. Oh, but the funnier part was the Roxo the Clown. Oh, you ever hear of Metalocalypse?
Yeah.
Okay, you know who Roxo the Clown is? I'm Roxo the Rock and Roll Clown. So I did
this on the air.
I know, I really.
That's gotta be your next album cover, just like clown face close up, man.
So I did this. In the middle, like I'm at the console, like just mixing, and as Mike's doing like vocals, and in this middle of this thing, as he's getting ready to go into the next that next verse, and I go, Roxo, save me! And he just couldn't, and it was like a half hour, he couldn't get it together. And it's like, until literally at mix and master session, it was in there.
It was still
in there. And then Mike Bauer, who's doing it, he said, "We're gonna leave it in." And I was actually texting him at the time. I'm like, "Should I leave it in? Should I not leave it in?" And he's like, "Your call." And we took it out, only because of potential copyright infringement and stuff, So it was one of those deals.
It was like cartoons suing us.
Yeah, cartoons sue us, get a cease and desist on the song. So it was crazy. Man.
Great story.
Fun stories from the production studio.
You can say those stories on air.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. You can tell I'm very stringent here.
Yes, I can tell.
He puts up with me. He can do just about. But, so that's a ukulele, technically?
No,
this is a silent uke.
Okay.
Silent
It
ukulele.
says it's all electric.
About 10 seconds.
Yes.
If I unplugged it, you wouldn't really hear it.
He's got the real one in it. The other,
Oh,
the acoustic one, like
My
this.
daughter just got one,
Oh,
but she
yeah?
wants to get a better one, it's not.
They're
It's
fun,
not holding
yeah.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, she wants to learn it.
And there you have it.
Nice.
The owl. I'm an owl and a wolf. Yeah. See, now we'll get to that story that you told while that record was playing. For those of you watching it, you're probably just watching John's arms go like this.
My arms are going like this. Is he having a seizure? No, it's just him. He talks with his hands. He's Italian.
See, none of
With on
us.
those hands, can you still have a conversation? Because I can't.
That's that old joke, remember?
Yeah. How do you make it? What is it? How do you make an Italian shut up? Tie his hands down.
Oh, we kind of tight. What do you call an Italian with a broken arm?
What?
You see him listening.
I'm not listening. Sorry. I had Slim over here talking to me.
Oh, yeah, blame Slim.
It's okay, it's always my fault.
We've been there before. No, what do you call an Italian with a broken arm?
What?
Speech impediment.
Speech impediment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
See? Anything you want to say to that there?
No, I know that's true.
You look a little pasty.
You're really just trying to get me to do that again. So I did this too.
I gotta get over this cold.
He's tipped me before on this show.
I'd like to get a picture of that to put on our promo page.
Oh, yeah. We'll do it.
I kind of have a.
Oh, you have one?
It's happened before, this kind of thing.
Oh.
It happened at Newark Pack with I don't want to talk about it, but you know.
Several times.
But I'm around, you just never know. Sorry.
Let's go.
So that was our song for the night.
Thank you, Glenn.
Rolling it back in.
Thank God.
Slim is pulling the things, I lost total control.
Yes.
You
Where
know,
was your mind?
posted like that. I wrote that one too.
Matter of fact, Mike, you should probably just take over Slim. I'm getting tired.
I thought you never asked Danny. Great. Listen.
Yeah, what do you have coming up for gigs?
Oh, yeah, that's probably something we should.
Nice segue.
Yeah.
Good segue.
Yeah, this is the band, right? Not myself. So.
Yes,
Go
yes.
for it, Mike.
You got a solo career too?
No.
No.
I was thinking about it, but then I'll just, I'll stick with the band.
Okay.
Thank you.
The band is
You
appreciative.
guys have me for
Wow.
But the night's young.
That's true. Yeah, so the next gig we have is at the place in Warminster, Pennsylvania called the Red Stallion. Nice place,
Mm.
as I've heard. Then we have the next show is at
Same.
the Saint on July 1st in Asbury Park.
I'd love to say,
Been
yeah.
like a second home for me, so
Yeah,
I know
right?
the place very well.
Over the years,
Oh my God, yeah.
who are you playing with there?
That's a good question.
Oh, yeah.
That is a good question.
TBA, I know, they're all over.
Yeah.
When you find that, what do you let them
They're all over.
The thing is, like, a lot of these shows, since they don't really know us, it's they're putting us on, and they're even asking us if we know people that want to play with us, which is a nice thing too. So we've been reaching out to people as well.
Okay.
We also have July 23rd in Raritan, New Jersey, a place called the Chico's Tavern.
Oh, the Chicos in
Do you
Raritan.
know that place?
I know that place
Yes.
too.
I do not know that place.
You will.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. It's a fun little
So,
place.
Rich, is that the place with the chicken wire in front of the stage?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, like in the Blues Brothers. We play both kinds of music here, country and western. Ah, okay. We're the good old Springwood boys. And then after Chico's, we're gonna be playing with our friends, longtime friends from the band, friends of the band called the Zombie Mafia.
Zombie Mafia.
Yes, who's actually playing tonight at the Starling Ballroom.
Ah.
So, pretty cool. And now, back to Mike.
Thanks, Jody. It's good to be back. Anyway, and then after that, we have we're back in Philly in August for August 16th at the Sweeney's Bar.
Oh,
Sweeney.
Sweeney Saloon.
Pub, Sweeney Saloon.
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard a lot of good things about that place.
Yep.
And then we have something on September 29th. We're playing at McGuinn's in Lawrence Township, New Jersey.
The place is still around.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Hopefully it's
Yeah.
still
Time we're done.
around.
Yeah.
Gee, Vanessa, who set that gig up for him?
Actually, I didn't.
No. Really?
was it
I
in our
never did it.
Yeah. Billy was at your wedding,
It
right?
was at her.
He was at our wedding.
Okay. No, his wife was, her girlfriend was
His
my
girlfriend
partner.
was the bridesmaid.
That's right.
See, Danny was in our wedding, and here we are. So let's see, who else do we need to contact? Well,
Very
at our wedding.
intellectual.
Yeah, right. So, all right. Who's the principal songwriter? I know you guys kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but,
I mean, we both kind of are. I mean, a couple of these songs I've had in my pocket for a while, like I said before. And, I needed, I don't know, I guess maybe it was just another ear to kind of like,
Refine it.
Yes, that's what it was.
Put my little spin on
Johnny Sprinkles on
it. Yeah, like the salt guy?
it. Yeah. Is that type of salt?
The
Yeah.
salt guy, you know.
Just like that.
oh, we got a caller. There you go. There you go. Hello, welcome to Rock On Radio. Who's this?
This is Steve.
Ah, Steve. How are you, Steve?
All right.
And who do you know in the band, Steve?
Slim.
Slim.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, Slim.
Where are you from, Steve?
Mike. Hey, I wanted to know, what is the purpose of your makeup?
Purpose of my makeup. I guess to look cool, Steve. I mean, to have a look and bring out my true masculine beauty.
Well, it's pretty cool. You guys sound good.
Thanks, man.
That's so that all the people that sit in the last row can still see us. Yeah, accentuates it. Where are you at? A diner?
That's just his modem.
Is this his modem? His modem cycle? What is that?
Superman, you're on me, Krishna.
Oh.
Are you calling from 1984?
Well, I just want to let you know your daughter's fine.
And
She's watching Peppa and eating cookies.
And if you ever want to see her again, please place
Thanks, Steve. A simple text.
All right, guys, I'll see you.
Thanks, buddy.
What?
What?
She's not saying mom, the
Alright.
babysitter's dead. I mean, really. Everything's alive and
Can we
well.
call him back? I said the time.
Hi, Slim. This is Steve. Your daughter's washing dishes in the diner kitchen.
She's doing a fine job.
I'm sure.
She's working for milkshakes.
Yeah, right.
Strawberry.
Oh, Neapolitans.
Yes. That was loud. God.
So,
We left him alone on the board.
Yeah, I know. Jesus, he's going to town tonight.
Yeah. Wow.
why don't we,
I don't know how to read that. Oh, yeah.
What are you saying there, Mike?
Baby's got gas.
I don't want to do that song.
No, Johnny over here, he's actually really good at impersonations and stuff, so it could have been him. I don't know.
oh, yeah? Who does he impersonate? Radio show host?
I don't want to put him on the spot.
Yeah, yeah.
Johnny on the spot?
Johnny
Johnny
on the spot.
Spot. Oh.
If you ever watch Trailer Park Boys, there's a good Randy. I don't know if you've ever seen
Yes.
that before. Trailer Park Boys?
Yes.
Oh, gee, Mr. Leahy, I just don't know about that Springwood band.
I'll give you a good one. How about from Belly Guy? All right, just Belly Guy, guys.
Uh-oh.
All right.
What is it?
Cleveland. You know.
Oh, hey there, guys. I like that Springwood band. They're pretty neat.
Yes.
Can you do Foghorn Leghorn?
What I say that Springwood band is pretty good over here.
Just throw stuff out there.
That was our song for the night.
Meanwhile, back at Slim.
Control here.
Who invited that Topsy guy anyway? We know him over there. What's he doing?
I don't know.
When did you get serious? Is
He's always been straight man.
that what it is? No.
Yes.
Get out,
Yes.
Slim.
I also wrote the interlude in Fire Girl.
Say that. Yes, he actually did. Yeah. That's actually.
I did.
That was it's 100%
It
true.
reminded me of like Dr. Teeth and Electric Mayhem.
You guys know the Muppets?
Yeah,
You know the Muppets?
Yeah,
Dr. Teeth?
Yes.
Actually, I really want you to start doing that again, Mike.
Yeah.
Like saying, Dr. Teeth and Electric Mayhem. When we're doing that crazy thing.
Now, are you guys?
Thanks for ruining my part.
Oh, you are.
No, I'm just, you can do whatever you want.
Now, do you guys interact like this on stage, or is it all business?
I don't know. We do this on stage. We do it downstairs, definitely.
Yeah. Mr. Smithers.
Yep. Remember that? Remember when you saw him? Smithers, who is that man?
Exactly.
It's Homer Simpson, sir. All right, so I'll tell you what, why don't we do? All right, now, for those of you who are watching at home or listening, if you're listening, you're out of luck, but if you're watching, good for you, because you see that Mike has a ukulele.
That's right.
A silent.
Ukulele.
And where do you purchase a silent?
On the interwebs. They're really hard to get. I mean, like ukuleles, Guitar Center and Sam Ash, places like that, they don't really have a wide selection. They have some high-end stuff, some low-end stuff, but they really don't have that middle range that you need. And they don't really sell these in stores. So I kind of go online for that.
Does it sound the same as ukulele?
Yeah, basically it sounds the same, but if I unplugged it, you wouldn't be able to hear it. There's no sound.
And then you have the opposite end of the spectrum. You have John playing the 12-string.
That's right.
Seagull acoustic.
Yes.
What's that other old joke? How long does it take to tune the 12-string? Nobody knows.
That is, oh my God, it's so true.
It's very true. That's actually how we started. We thought that's what we were going to do. We thought we were going to do a little Tenacious D type thing, and it was just going to be the uke and the 12-string. But then that changed, of course.
And Slim's got his acoustic bass going on.
That's
there.
right.
Yes.
Yes.
Slim, now's your time to be serious, man. Where you at?
Yeah, man.
Yes, I have my acoustic bass. There it is. It's an
I like
Got
it.
those great poles.
Yeah, pretty cool. Here, I'll hold it
Yes.
up. So I forgot one of my camera thing here.
There's the camera. Ooh,
Everybody, ooh and ah.
Oh, wait, let me take a picture. Ooh,
This is the acoustic Ovation bass. It's nice. I think so. Plays very well. Good tone.
What's it retail for, though?
It's actually used. I got this for like $500 at
That's a steal, bro. Isn't it?
At the
Sam
used Ovation
Asher.
store.
I wasn't even looking for it. I just went in and some guy said, "Hey man," he's like, he showed it to me. He's like, "You gotta get this." He's like, "This thing just came in and it's used Ovation."
It's got great poles.
Yeah, there's a little great poles here, which I love that.
I feel like I have to make it big because I want to play Plinko.
So I tried it out, and next thing I know, I'm walking out with this thing.
Nice. See?
Then I think I got a ticket when I was on the way home.
You were so excited.
It was weird, but anyway, I had nothing to do with it.
Hey, I got pulled over on 195 coming home from a gig at the Saint, speaking of the Saint. And I had stopped at Dunkin' Donuts and got a coffee, and I was driving and I went to take a sip, and I got it at the Dunkin' Donuts on the corner of 35 and Corley's Avenue, where 33 and 35 come together in Neptune there.
Yeah.
And I got the coffee, got on Route 18 to go to 195 and we're underneath the overpass where it's 55 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. I go to take a drink. Oh man, that's still too hot. So I put it in a cup. It was on 195, somewhere near the Route 9 exit.
Okay.
And I went to take a drink. I'm thinking it's got to be cooled off now. And I was like, man! And I must have swerved. I was the only one on the road. I had no idea where this cop was.
Right.
I didn't see it. I'm on either side of the road. Next thing I know, the rollers are behind me, pulling me over. And the guy says to me, he says, "You know why I pulled you over?" I said, "No." He says, "Well, you swerved back there." I said, "Yeah, I've had this coffee since like 45 minutes ago, you know?" He said, "Are you a musician?" I said, "Yeah." I'm thinking, how can he tell? And I realized my drums were in the back seat. And they got that light that blinds you, so I was temporarily not able to see anything. And he said, "Oh, where'd you play?" And I said, "I played at the Saint." "Oh, I know that bar." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Who'd you play with?" I said, "Well, I freelance. I played with a couple different people." And he said,
Get out and breathe in there.
No, he looked at me and he said, "Coffee?" I said, "Yeah, that's why I swerved." I said, "This stuff is still like scorching hot, man." I said, you know, right. And he said, "All right, well, just be more careful next time, you know." But
He's smoking.
Be more careful drinking when they follow you. He followed you from Dunkin' Donuts. That's where he followed
That's
you.
what I was thinking.
Probably.
Yeah.
I was like, next time you pull me over, wipe that powdered sugar off your chest.
That Now you're gonna pull it on the way home tonight.
The Heights down, they sit in the parking lot and wait. Why don't we do another tune before the time escapes us here?
Sure, okay.
All right, hold on.
Hold on. This is Springwood. If you just tuned into Rock On Radio.
All these songs are actually on the album,
On the
obviously,
disc?
but
Okay.
we're doing these like all acoustic, obviously, but some
Okay.
things
First time
are
we're doing
half and
this.
half, like half acoustic, half regular, like, rock.
Right.
So this is
It's like that coffee I had.
like a regular coffee. So like, yeah, so half of these are like, there's a little bit different of a version for you guys.
Nice.
For the fans.
Now, is this his first time ever on radio, any of these tunes, or you been on other radio shows? These are all world premieres. World premiere.
You ready, guys? All right. Vinny was here. He starts the song off, so I'm gonna do it all acoustically. Ready?
Ready?
But you know it's supposed to play. Take care of yourself. 'Cause you know it's the only way. There is truth in your eyes. Never seen things too great. And I don't want to go. 'Cause you really never had a chance to change. I can't sit for you. But I can't change the memories. Never seen things clearly. And that's all. 'Cause I know you never had a chance to change. When you say it's the but you know it's supposed to play. Take care of yourself. 'Cause you know it's the only way. There is truth in your eyes. Never seen things so late. And that's all I want to go.
Springwood here on Rock On Radio. Live radio on COA Radio and SocietyBytesRadio.com. BYTES, Society Bytes Radio. So, I want to say hello to all of our affiliates also who are listening, people who are listening, and thank you all for tuning in to Rock On Radio, no matter where you may hear us from. Right, Art?
Right.
There you go. So, what's next? What are you gonna do next? More.
Play the Red Stallion.
That's right.
Wow.
No, later. Keep going.
What are the future?
Future.
Future, well, we'd like to get back into the studio again. Maybe towards like the winter time.
Winter.
Yeah, after we, go through our little summer tour.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to be out and about then.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I see.
Because we already have like almost another half an album ready to go with some new material.
Yeah.
Already.
You already picked the album cover up, so you're ready to go.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm available.
Excellent.
I'm calling.
Give them one of our new cards that we got.
Yes, we will. I know, I'm part chocolate now.
I'll fix that in the next 500.
So these would be like collector's items.
Except for you're so excited, and I looked at it for 2 seconds.
The first 100 baseball hats I had printed said, conquering your addiction, and it's actually your addiction. So I'm like, keep that as like a collector's edition.
Ethan well.
Hey, I should have went for wealth and helmets.
You're never gonna forget that, are you?
It's kind of like that. What was that Snickers?
I'm gonna
commercial?
start that show.
Yeah, right. Remember that Snickers commercial? Who were the chefs? The guy was painting the end zone. Great googly moogly. So, all right. So, Mike, who was your? What did you listen to growing up? And what do you listen to now?
Well, growing up, I really listened to a lot of like stuff that my parents got me into, like 60s stuff and doo-wop and things like that. And that's kind of where a couple of those songs stem from. In my adult life and stuff like that, I really got addicted to the Doors.
Nice.
Huge fan of Doors. It's like my tattoo. I don't know if they can see that. It says I'm the Lizard King.
Oh, there it is.
Love that quote. And David Bowie, Cake, things like that.
Cake.
Oh yeah, I love me some Cake.
No kidding. They were some
He's been
pony.
pushing that for.
They were some pony last year, weren't they?
Yeah, they're actually going to be again.
Are they?
Vince Fold.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. See, now
Yeah, very cool.
in high school, my three favorite bands still are to this day: was Doors, Rush, and Led Zeppelin.
Nice.
Led Zeppelin #1. But,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I can understand.
the Doors and Rush after that. That's talk about diverse, but you can draw.
Sure.
As much as things change, they all remain the same.
That's right.
There's a philosophical quote for you.
Very true.
How about you, John?
Like influences and stuff.
Sure.
Well,
Tequila, Jack Daniels.
yeah, Captain Morgan.
Captain. That's right.
Ready to go. Well, band-wise, and my friend Bill who called in, he would kill me if I didn't say it because it's the truth. Motley Crue, #1 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No. Maybe.
See, you should have had,
like I was.
should have had Karabi open up the show, Art.
Yeah.
See, we want to know. Go ahead.
Child of the '80s. Hair metal. Terrorized my
I
parents.
know you love Bon Jovi.
Nice. He goes to Sayreville High School every day.
You've already done a sign.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Bon Jovi, Twisted Sister, Motley,
Nice.
Rat, well, anything hair metal was at the time. Those are my influences, like Doc and
Yeah.
Doc and George Lynch, huge influence for me. Ironically, and I love acoustic. It's great. I don't know.
What about Mike?
How about you, Slim?
Me? Oh. Well, just like Johnny, I pretty much the '80s I was all about that. And then I still listen to like 80s on 8 on Sirius XM all the time. It's just always on in my car.
Hair metal name. Hair
Yeah, but then I was gonna move on to that. Then hair metal came into my life, and it was just that was my thing. And it's weird. Then as music evolved and changed, it was that time with the grunge music that came out. Wasn't very much down with too much of it, but then this little band called Garbage came out in '95.
Yeah.
I just was addicted. So
Whoa, addicted
it's
to
still
garbage.
one of my favorite bands still to this day.
Oscar.
I'm all over the map with music, I can listen to Garbage, I love Motley Crue, Van Halen, but then, I can listen to anything, like 80s one-hit wonders and Huey Lewis and the News, anything, it's just Phil Collins, big info. I just love music all around. Even like listened to rap music for a while back in the 80s, you know? Yeah, NWA, Public Enemy, Beastie Boys. Yeah.
No
How
sleep.
how about you, Vanessa?
You know what? I'm with Mike.
That's what he said.
Exactly. I think that's probably, I mean, well, you know, me and Mike knew each other since 89. 89.
Yeah, we went to high school together.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a love
No, we
story.
were not.
I didn't like
I mean,
No, that's
one of us may have stalked the other in high school, but he didn't pay any attention to me then.
I figured I owed her.
Now they call that, no,
Wow.
now they call that a felony.
Good
Felony,
save.
it's a low-grade felony.
Look,
Can't wait till you get the car.
misdemeanor.
I was gonna say that. I gotta kid it all I can now.
Would you like us to call Uber now?
Yeah.
Again, what are your social media sites and everything?
It's at Springwood Sound, Facebook. We have,
Facebook, Instagram, Bandcamp,
Snapchat.
Snapchat, Twitter, SoundCloud, iTunes, everything. Everything's all on the Springwood Sound.
All right, you guys got one more tune in here before we have to wrap it up?
Sure.
Sure.
What do you want to do?
As long as it's not as long as like Inagata Davida or Freebird, we're good.
I'll take 22 Acacia Avenue. Ready?
Whoa.
So I just took you back, right?
Wow.
Nice.
22 Acacia. Oh, Slim to Pink Floyd over there, I thought you were saying. So, uh-oh, there's a big debate here.
No, it's not that, it's just some of the songs, require pedals.
Oh, we'll play a CD song.
We don't have pedals?
Yeah, we could play CD
Just play
songs.
some.
Yeah,
CD.
fine.
Richie, how come,
From the CD.
how come we don't have pedals? Rich?
Do I have one?
You're the music director, where's the pedal?
The pedals are on its way.
They need to bring their own pedals, but no, we'll do another one from the CD.
Seagull should be here with a snarling dog
He
pedal.
almost came here today.
Seagull's here.
What happened?
That's had something else to do, but he'll be here soon. One show, he's gonna show up and say hello.
Can you play number 6, I Love Go?
There you go, number 6, all right. Kenny, have you ever?
We jokingly but lovingly call this one the hit.
Oh.
I have,
This
listen to me, no.
is the
no.
6th song.
This is the 6th song, yeah. But we do call this one the hit. You know, everyone that's actually listened to this has said,
That's the hit.
that's the hit.
They like it the best.
This is the
Or
one.
Fire Girl.
Or Falling. But, you know, I love them all. You know, I'm like a daddy that, you know, doesn't,
Yeah.
you can't like, you know, say you love, you know, one
Yeah.
child more than the other.
Yes, you favor one, but no, I get it. Let me know when you're ready there, Art.
Ready.
I was ready. It's caught on my butt.
Personal.
I know.
We'll be a doll and hand me some chocolate.
Yes, take it out. What kind you like, dark or regular?
I like everything.
Oh.
Milk.
Yeah, I got.
I like everything, but give me one particular kind.
I like it all.
Right.
Or you just do
Or,
this.
or
Do you just look at a chocolate menu and say,
this one with
okay.
almonds too.
Oh, now
Oh,
someone
now they're
calls.
calling.
Art.
Art. Woo.
Kenny!
All right, you guys are talking about me.
We're all muted.
You know what? I'm gonna call George.
Tell him that we're not on air.
George is done.
He doesn't know we're not on air.
He doesn't realize we're on.
I know you're not on there. You're
Okay.
playing this song right
All
now.
right.
He's
Okay, this thing.
He's on his
Richie's
game.
concerned, you know.
Tony, over there. Or you're
Is there a chocolate sandwich?
Take a bite out of each one.
I just talked to you about 10 minutes ago, didn't I?
No.
You what?
We just talked together about an hour
We're
ago.
not doing it, we're singing, but.
Yeah, a
I
little
said no
while
sweets
ago.
when I can.
So we all miss you here. You gotta come by and see us.
I am coming by. I promise I'll be by real soon.
We'll talk about that.
You're always welcome, Kenny Siegel.
I hear you and I appreciate that. I'm coming up next weekend, that's all there is to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Next weekend we have a jazz guy.
I'll tell Sam so she comes with me.
Uh-oh.
You gonna hang on, Kenny, and talk to us when we come back?
What's that?
You gonna hang on and talk to us when we come back from this song?
Oh, you want me to? I will.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll hang on.
Don't hang up.
So hang on, he said.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah. Take the headset off. Take the headset off.
Huh?
What?
To myself, I'm getting ready this morning.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah, Kenny, we have to meet you.
That's one of the ones that must be out.
I know, mine is.
It was because it was the time thing.
Uh-oh.
We just didn't link up.
I think I'll be here next week.
That's why we did it.
That's why we did it. Times when he played the, bad versions of it for me.
Once Father's
I
Day
get
hit.
like it up north of the country.
Thank you.
So, okay.
That's what I did.
Come actually, I'll go right past you. I'll pick you right up.
That's what I wanted.
We'll take a bus.
Originally,
Man, I thought you could do that. I go right through.
Well, I still want to do it, like more like an audience participation song where they could like sing
I
along.
like a little, like, rock on radio.
Like the band before us.
Mention wine and a song,
Yes.
like that's how you.
Yeah, but the band before us
No, I
did that.
said-
And they were like, oh, help
I
us
can
out
pick
with this.
them
I
up.
was like,
About 10 seconds.
I'm squashing
If I
it.
come down.
Because I was
Have like a
doing
bus.
that, you know?
I even kidnapped me, put him on.
On a Sunday back
from From your lake house?
Yeah.
Wine and a puppy.
Yeah.
Come back.
Once in a while.
What's all this juju?
Okay, we're back.
Springwood here on Rock On Radio. Nice. And on the phone with us right now, I see you were talking about needing more pedals. We have the inventor of the Snarling Dog Wah Wah pedal on the line with us right now,
Can I get
Mr. Kenny Siegel.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
They're already hitting
And
you up.
for my
right?
next number.
Yeah,
What?
they're already hitting you up for pedals.
Never said.
Oh, man,
Kenny, I'm a
You know-
pedal junkie.
that's okay, they can hit me up. Just show me the green.
Show me the money. Oh, there you go.
No samples?
Right? So what's happening,
I
Kenny?
got,
Go ahead.
same old stuff. I'm actually working on some pedals right now, so that's what I'm doing.
Well,
And,
you're
I heard you guys-
reissuing.
I heard you guys talking about pedals. I said, hey, wait a second.
Hey, Kenny, you're reissuing Snarling Dogs, right? What are you doing? Okay.
No, you know what it is? I have, they stopped making them due to problems in China and problems with the molds. But I have a ton of them that I have at my house. And
Right.
I just have to redo some of them a little bit and, fix them up. The ones that were either some were returned, some were just in the factory, and somehow I ended up with them and all kinds of stuff, So I have a lot of them, and I'm just going through them all, and I'm gonna just start putting some up.
No, that's great.
There you go.
For these pedals, he has a great wah-wah pedal, but the thing about Kenny's pedals is it has a little grit to the wah-wah. Okay, I'm getting, everyone's touching their watch when I'm talking to you, Kenny. What does that mean?
I'm
Let me don't get too involved.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn this into the Academy Awards in about 30 seconds.
There you go.
Lay him out.
Go ahead. We got about 30
No,
seconds.
I'm saying that Kenny's pedals have grit to them. They're wah-wah pedals, but when you compare it like to a Dunlap or something like that, you'll get more of a, Kenny, you tell them real quick.
The whole thing was when I was asked to make one, I purposely, I tried not to make it like anything else, so I looked at a bunch of other ones and I figured, well, if they want a Dunlop, I'll get one of those, right? There's always room for one more watt. That's what I always figured.
That's right. That's what they say in China too, Kenny. All right, Kenny, I hate to cut you off.
I knew I shouldn't have called. I knew I shouldn't.
We gotta wrap it up because I only got about 30 seconds left here to close up.
Wrap
so-
it up.
We'll see you
Wrap
next
it up.
week.
I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, buddy. Thanks for
Rock
calling,
on.
and we'll see you later. Now, it's 9 o'clock on the nose, so thank you, men. Thank you. Mike
Thank
Thompson, thank you so much, buddy.
Anytime.
Thank
For,
you,
uh,
Danny.
for having you guys, you know, and thank you for coming in on the spur of the moment. Actually, my original guest this evening was supposed to be a young singer-songwriter who called me like 3 times since February and said, yeah, we're still good for June 3rd, right?
Yep.
And this week just totally dropped off the face of the earth. I'd never heard from him.
Oh,
Well,
I'd like to thank him.
And,
Yes.
and so, you know, then I had another band lined up, and they had reached out to me and said, any openings on your program? I said, I may have one tomorrow night. Let me know. Well, they never let me know, so the first thing I thought of was you guys.
Well, it's a great choice.
And,
Great choice.
you
You
know,
guys did
so
great.
you guys are
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for bailing me out. I greatly appreciate it. Next week, we have Jack Furlong coming in. Good old Jack. So, till then, thank you, Springwood. Rock on!
Actually, Kenny reached out to me too, but he says that he teaches right up by my lake house, guitar, and my girls, I wanna do, Amy is doing a ukulele, and my niece is also up there.
Teachers in what then?
So, yeah, on Route 10, yeah, right on, what, 295, 287, right on the other side of 287, I go one way, and that's on the other side. That's what he said.
You know, and
Yeah.
right on, yeah.
Right, well, I'm on Carson, so we're like on 53, but, I said my girls wanted to take guitar lessons, they started, my other one, but I'm teaching, starting, so I think it's
That's what's airing right now.
But that's the guitar
This is the hour.
They're great. Okay, so they wanted to learn, and I'm like, it was so pretty.
Oh, no, they're great.
It's good.
That's Seafoam Green, it's called.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Look, that's the one I bought for my girls.
Oh, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's a favorite, very
What kind of
famous.
strap?
Most sought after color for.
Yeah.
What is, is that a Stratocaster?
Seafoam
Yeah.
Squires.
Fire.
Thanks for doing that, all right, thank you.
That should make a cool ukulele.
I think I played that stuff a lot.
But I thought, it'd be nice to have.
Hey, can I keep this?
Absolutely.
Because I do like an indie show on this station.
Oh, cool. Yeah, man. Get some pasties too.
Do you, I put my one.
Oh, no,
I'm sure it's cool.
It's crazy.
Get a small ukulele, like, what did she start with? Like,
Start with a soprano. What brand?
Or whatever.
The kind you win down Seaside?
Holla. Yeah, they're pretty good. They're not
Start
too
with that.
expensive, but they have like a good sound quality to them. You
I'm
never
not
want to
gonna
go
do much
too
of
like a
Well,
diamond
she
head.
did like I think she got one, it's not too big.
Is it like color? Is it
I like that other guy.
white
There's
color
a-
or something
No,
like
no, it's got colored
huge.
strings, so. it's
Okay,
like-
yeah, those are. that
No,
right
not
there.
him. It's-
She's like,
They're
Mom,
not gonna
it's
be
like-
But he did Under the Rainbow.
She's like, it's not
ukulele.
too big.
Oh, yeah.
It's really, it's a
Hello.
beautiful version.
Those are really good. Kayla. Holla.
Oh, I guess I could kill the YouTube show.
They're much better to start off with,
Okay.
yeah. Because I made that mistake too, like when I first started going
She
with
didn't
it.
know about it.
I got a diamond
Very
head.
nice to see you.